Yeah, I just wanted to, we're going to be discussing a lot of these things about the stormwater IGA, and I don't normally listen to talk radio, but got a lot of emails this morning after a certain segment, and I listened to it, so I want to just make some clarifications. First of all, City Council does not and will not have any jurisdiction over ballot language that the county puts on the ballot in the fall. So any insinuation that council will decide on ballot language is patently false. With regard to the stormwater issue, the mayor said that the citizens have a right to know how much they're going to be charged before they vote, and I agree with him wholeheartedly, and nothing that we do today will stop that from happening. What we will be discussing today is an intergovernmental agreement from the signatory entities for the Pikes Peak Regional Drainage Authority, how that would operate if the voters approve of it being created. So the voters have primary and exclusive decision-making capability on whether this even happens. So the discussion today will be how that authority will operate if the voters approve it. There was no discussion about we are not putting a fee on somebody, we are not creating the ballot language. What we are going to be discussing is how the agreement will operate to make that system work if the voters of Colorado Springs and El Paso County approve it to be created. There was a suggestion that the entities that are playing the county commissioners and the city council were hiding the ball. We were trying to keep information out of the public. And from what I've seen from my short service in council, is this is the most transparent process I've seen on any other action that's taken place. You can agree with it or not disagree with it. You'll have to decide when you get your ballot. But it has taken place in the open through, was it hundreds of meetings? Public meetings that the public has all been welcome to. We've had deliberations and discussions about specific details of the agreement in public that were recorded in public. And to say that the ball is being hidden is very misleading. At the very same time that the city staff is working to craft an agreement with the state to create a $350 million set of projects that the voters aren't intended to be able to vote on. So that's happening in the background while there's an accusation of the ball being hidden. I just think it's pretty ironic. There's nothing misleading about Tabor language. In fact, I think we're going to actually suggest to the county that they put the word Tabor in there, that the exemption from the state statute for Tabor. And also, it was discussed yesterday, there would be no increases. There'd be no increases in whatever fees are approved for the Regional Drainage Authority. There would be no increases. It's been a point that's been discussed at length, and ultimately parties agreed to remove it yesterday. So I just wanted to make those clarifications so that there's no misrepresentation of what's going on today. When we discuss this intergovernmental agreement, which is council's authority and purview, we will be doing it in open, and it will be an agreement that we would operate under should the voters approve the Pikes Peak Regional Drainage Authority. Thank you.
Other comments? I would just like to comment on the process that we've used in the last couple of weeks for the IGA that we will be discussing today. The process that we used was different than what I think was traditional here at council, in that we set up tables in here and invited the mayor, the county commissioners, and all the council to come and have a very open discussion and go down through the IGA. We have done that twice. We did it a week ago and we did it yesterday. And I think that is unprecedented cooperation that we are trying to be as far as being accountable and being transparent. Those are open meetings. Those have been open discussions. The mayor even came to the meeting yesterday and was there for most of that meeting. And I think that is a process that should shine the light of day on what we do here. We are not doing anything behind closed doors. We are not doing anything that is in any way trying to circumvent public scrutiny. We do it in front of people, and we do it openly, and I think it had tremendous benefit for us to discuss the issues and try to find an opportunity for collaboration and cooperation and come to a good agreement on what we are trying to accomplish, and whether it goes forward or not will be up to each individual person's vote on both the county commissioners and the city council. But I think it has been a very open and transparent process for 2 years, and I think we will continue to do that and honor that tradition here. So it's just really unfortunate that this process has been anything but seen as anything but totally open and with a lot of opportunities for public input, and we will honor that, again, like I said today. So anybody else with a comment that you'd like to say? Councilmember,
Yeah, I just want to
Councilmember Snider.
piggyback on what President King said about the transparent process. I've been part of the Stormwater Task Force since about May of 2012, and I personally viewed a lot of the meeting invitations, and the executive branch was on those invitations, and the content and the agendas were part of that invitee list. So when the executive branch tells us they didn't know what we're doing, I just don't know if they need glasses or hearing aids. I don't know, but we couldn't have reached out any harder than what we did to include the city attorney and the mayor in every meeting that we had. And that's just the truth, I'm sorry.